So Ron, first I want to thank you for taking time out of your schedule today to sit down with me and kind of review some of the reasons why someone would want to own a home-based business and what some of the tax advantages to owning that business would be. I guess the first question I need to ask you is, what should a W-2 employee know?
Somebody who has a 9-to-5 job needs to realize that they are in the most highly taxed category in America. There's no other category of taxpayer that pays more money than a W-2 employee. And the only way to change that is to also have a part-time home-based business.
You know, Ron, being self-employed my whole life, I've always understood that there were huge tax advantages to owning your own business. And owning a home-based business sounds like it has even greater tax advantages. What are some of the different ways that employees are taxed versus somebody who has a home-based business?
Well, an employee is someone who gets a W-2 at the end of the year. And W-2 employees get very few tax deductions. However, that same employee, if they have a home-based business, even a part-time home-based business, that fact alone could qualify them for a lot of tax deductions they can use to offset any source of income, including their W-2 income.
Wow, that makes a lot of sense. Ron, you know, I have a lot of friends that work either from their home or out of their home part-time. I guess the next question would be, what exactly qualifies a business as a home-based business?
A home-based business is any business where the primary administration or management takes place in the home. That's kind of a quote from the tax code. What's that really mean? What's meant by primary administration and management? Well, for example, if your home-based business is network marketing, which is the most popular category of home-based businesses, administration and management, that means like calling prospects on your cell phone, listening to teleconference training calls, scheduling business briefings, coordinating meetings with your team, things like that, even filling out deposit slips for the commission and bonus checks that show up in your mailbox. Those kinds of activities are considered administration or management. So if you do just those kinds of things from your home, you're considered to have a home-based business for tax purposes.
Ron, you know, sometimes you say the word taxes and you see fear in folks' eyes. I guess the question that I'd want to know is, did Congress really approve these tax deductions?
Well, yeah, these were approved by Congress intentionally. In fact, when I first started learning about this, I thought these may be some tax deductions some clever lawyer figured out how to apply to home-based business owners. But as I did my research, I realized Congress passed these tax breaks specifically for the purpose of encouraging American taxpayers to start a home-based business and to reward them for continuing to run their home-based business. So the answer is yes, Congress did pass these specifically for home-based business owners because it's good for the economy. It provides a partial safety net for our economy. What that means is that if taxpayers become unemployed, let's say a big company goes out of business or they export their business overseas or they close a business or something, and a lot of people are unemployed, that causes devastation to our economy. But if those people could all go home and ramp up a part-time business to full-time, it would help our economy stay strong. That's why Congress passed these tax breaks specifically for home business owners.
You know, Ron, when you say home-based businesses and tax deductions, most people probably don't realize how big those tax deductions could be. For the average person, is it a big enough amount that people are actually going to see a savings in their taxes at the end of the year?
Well, yeah, that's because the deductions from a home-based business can apply to any source of income for the taxpayer, not just the home-based business. It could be your W-2 income, retirement income, investment income, any source of income. These deductions are large enough they will result in most cases in new additional tax refunds in the amount of $3,000 to $6,000 a year. That's year after year, and that can begin this year.
Wow, that is significant, Ron. You know, with the state of the economy the way it is today, I know there's a lot of folks out there that are sitting there thinking, I just don't have enough money to start this home-based business. What do we say to those folks?
That's a great question. And Congress actually addressed that when they passed these tax breaks for home business owners. They said, we can't make people wait till April 15th of the following year to get a tax refund to pay for the cost of their business because they have expenses from month to month to month. So what they did was they passed legislation that said that any taxpayer who has a change in their tax circumstances, for example, you're learning about additional tax deductions you didn't qualify for before, can go to their payroll office and reduce the amount of money being withheld from each of their paycheck for taxes. That puts more money in their take-home pay. That can be done by any taxpayer whenever they have a change in their tax circumstance. The employer is required to allow them to make that change. And my favorite part is the employer is then required to implement that change as of the very next pay period. That means if you go into your payroll office tomorrow and change a form called a W-4 to have less money taken out of your paycheck for taxes, your very next paycheck will have more money in it than the paychecks before. And that'll continue until you change it again.
Well, that makes a lot of sense, Ron. So I guess let's get specific now. What are some of the biggest tax advantages that home-based business owners can qualify for?
Well, for starters, a home-based business owner can claim tax deductions for business use of their own home. That means if you have areas of your house or condo or apartment that are used only for business or used only for product samples or promotional materials or used as a home office, the percentage of your home that's used exclusively for business is a percentage you can write off of your rent and utilities and repairs and insurance. A portion of all those overhead expenses become tax-deductible business expenses. When you begin converting some of your personal expenses into tax-deductible business expenses, every $1,000 of personal expense you convert to a business expense is going to put about $300 extra cash in your pocket. That's an additional tax refunds. And normally, we're able to help people convert thousands of dollars worth of personal expenses into business expenses just by using a portion of their home on an exclusive basis for their business. The shorthand term for this tax deduction is the home office deduction. And that used to have serious problems associated with it. So a lot of people didn't take that deduction. A lot of tax pros, in fact, advised their taxpayers not to. But what many people don't know is Congress has fixed literally every single problem with that deduction. In fact, it's now more risky to not take the deduction than it is to take the deduction. It's absolutely a solid deduction now. And that's one of the biggest ones that everyone with a home-based business can and should qualify for.
Yeah, I know that's one of the largest tax deductions Karen and I have qualified for every year for the last 6 years. Just off the top of your head, what are some of the other large deductions one that has a home-based business would qualify for?
One of the biggest deductions actually is business use of your personal vehicle. Every time you drive a mile for business purposes is a 51-cent tax deduction. Now, that doesn't seem like very much, but what if you put 6, 7, 8,000 miles on your car that are business miles? 8,000 business miles is going to result in a $4,000 tax deduction, which translates into about $1,000 cash in additional tax refunds. It's a huge tax deduction, and record keeping for vehicle use is one of the easiest of all the categories of tax deductions for home-based business owners. Another one that I love is hiring your kids in your home-based business. This is one that really isn't very well known at all, but your kids can be as young as the age of 6, according to the tax courts, and still do viable work in your home-based business. How does that help you? Well, if you've got a child you're paying a $10 a week allowance to, for example, you've got to go to work, your W-2 job, and earn about $17 to bring home $10 in take-home pay to pay them the allowance. But what if you came home on allowance day and they'd done $10 worth of work in your home-based business? Now the $10 you pay them is tax deductible as wages. And get this, the money they receive from you is tax-free income to them, because any minor in America can earn up to $5,800 tax-free. So the money you pay them as wages, that's tax deductible to you. The money they earn from you is tax-free because they're a minor. No taxes are ever paid on that money. That's the best deal going. And there's so many other advantages to hiring your children that go beyond the tax savings. It's, bringing the family together to work. It's a family business now. It's not mom's or dad's business and the kids are watching. It's a family business. Kids are learning how to balance their own budget. They're learning how to balance a checkbook. They're learning all kinds of very cool things. One of the most important things they're learning is, as an employee of mom and dad, they can only earn more money in 2 different ways. And both of them require mom's or dad's permission. One is working harder. Say, Dad, I'm making $20 a week. I want to make $25. What can I do? If you say, yes, you can, then they got more work to do and they can make more money. Or if they have a more highly valued position, let's say that instead of doing your processing your mail, they're managing your database. That's obviously a highly valued job. What do they learn? They're learning from that 2 things. One is that no employee is ever paid what they're worth. They're paid what the job is worth. So if I want to make more money, I've got to work harder, or I've got to find something that's worth more to my employer. And both of those, by the way, require the employer's permission. But the second thing they're learning is they're watching mom and dad, who have no restriction on how much money they can make. Nobody tells mom or dad how much money they can make in their home-based business. And so they're learning the difference between being an employee and being self-employed and the opportunities available. So I just love this deduction. Another one I want to mention quickly is that we talk about hiring your kids. How about hiring your spouse? If you hire your spouse in a home-based business, they can work as little as 2 hours a week and qualify the entire family to be able to write off 100% of all out-of-pocket healthcare expenses. That includes your insurance premiums, co-pays, things that are not covered by your insurance coverage. It's all out-of-pocket healthcare expenses for your entire family. You only get that tax deduction if you have a home-based business. And there are a couple more I want to mention, because really, let's talk about the top 6. We talked about 4. The other 2 of the top 6 are business travel. You can write off business travel even when you combine business travel with personal travel. Let's say you go a day or 2 early on a business trip, or stay a day or 2 late to visit family or friends or sightsee or whatever. Even combining personal with business travel, you can almost always deduct 100% of it as business expenses as long as you plan it properly before you go on the trip. And the final deduction is business entertainment. Qualifying for business entertainment deductions is now much more liberal than it used to be. Record keeping is now very specific, which makes it easy to be IRS compliant. But there are also ways that you can deduct a lot of things you wouldn't have thought of, like entertaining in your own home. In fact, if you take somebody out to dinner, you can write off 50%. It's been that way for like the 1970s. But if you entertain that same person in your own home, it's 100% deductible. So business travel, business entertainment are the final two of the top six.
Yeah, you know, those six Karen and I have used over the last 6 years since we've had our own home-based business to save thousands of dollars in taxes. And anybody who has a regular W-2 job can bring home an extra $300 to $500 a month in their pay. If a person starts a home-based business today, how soon will they be able to qualify for home business tax deductions? When will they be able to start seeing the increase in their take-home pay, Ron?
The answer, Byron, is immediately. As soon as a person decides they're in a home-based business and they have a product or service that they're ready to sell or to offer to people, they're in a home-based business. The day that happens, they start saving money in taxes. There's nothing magic about waiting. Some people say, should I wait until January 1st to start my home-based business? And I say, only if you want to overpay your taxes between now and January 1st. Because the very day you get into a home-based business, whether it's March 15th, July 2nd, October 1st, it makes no difference. The day you get into home-based business, you begin qualifying that day for tax breaks. But there's a huge cost of not getting into a home-based business. And that cost is you will be overpaying your taxes by about $100 a week, about $20 a day in overpaid taxes if you do not have a home-based business.
Wow, that's amazing. So you're telling me it actually costs you $20 a day not owning a home-based business?
Absolutely. In fact, what I recommend for people to get a sense of how this works is if you talk to somebody about joining you in a home-based business and they say, I need to think about it, I'm not sure I'm ready yet, just suggest that starting tomorrow morning, when they get up to go to work in the morning, right before they leave to go out to their car, open the kitchen window and throw a $20 bill out the window, watch it blow away in the breeze down to the neighbor's house. And by the way, I want to be that neighbor because do that every day. Do that every day until it dawns on you, until it really sinks in that you're throwing away about $20 a day in overpaid taxes just because you don't have a home-based business. As we just talked about, when can you stop that? The day you get in a home-based business. So you can start one today or you can start one tomorrow. But if you start it tomorrow, you're throwing away $20.
Right. So to learn all the information you need to learn to actually qualify for these tax advantages, is it time-consuming, a tedious task?
No, it's not difficult because the hard part's already been done. It's now been translated into plain English. The rules and the record-keeping requirements and all that is now in plain English. So if you're playing baseball, you know that anytime you play baseball, there's always 3 bases, right? And if you don't touch one of those bases, you don't get the home run. If you touch the bases, you do. Well, the plain English guide that you referred to earlier, Home Business Tax Savings Made Easy, tell you how many bases there are and what they are for each of the tax deductions. It's literally a checkoff list. It's very easy and very quick, not time consuming at all to learn these tax breaks.
You know, one of the reasons why I was attracted to this industry was that there wasn't a lot of paperwork involved in building a significant business. Is there a lot of paperwork involved in keeping these books?
Actually, no, there are specific record-keeping requirements because actually there are laws that say that you don't get any tax deductions unless you have documentation to prove it. Well, I can show you ways of keeping documentation in less time than it takes to say documentation. Literally, I've got systems that I can teach where you'll spend about as much time per day as you spend brushing your teeth in the morning. And with that amount of time dedicated every day, you'll have bulletproof records by the end of the year. So is record keeping important? Absolutely. It's critical, but it doesn't have to be time consuming, tedious, or boring.
So, Ron, what I'm taking from this whole conversation is that even in the state of the economy, the way things are, things being tougher out there, it's almost like the government will pay for you to get started in a home-based business.
That's exactly right. Visualize this. Imagine you're a small business with a front door and that money goes in and out of that front door. Inside that front door is a bucket on the left, a bucket on the right. One's labeled bills and one's labeled profit. Now, as revenue comes into this business, the money goes into the revenue bucket until there's enough there to pay the bills for that month. After that, the rest of the money goes into the profit bucket. If Uncle Sam is paying for all your bills, the bills bucket's already filled. So every dollar, every penny that comes in from your business that month goes into the profit bucket. Every penny that you earn in your business is profit because Uncle Sam will give you enough tax deductions, enough tax refunds to pay for the cost of running your business. That's why I can't imagine anyone who thinks this through saying, I don't want to run a home-based business, because when they make that decision, they're choosing to continue overpaying their taxes by $3,000 to $5,000 to $6,000 a year for the rest of their working life. I can't imagine that.
Okay, so Uncle Sam will pay for you to have a home-based business, but how much time do you actually physically have to spend running that home-based business to qualify for these tax advantages, Ron?
To qualify for the tax advantages, the law requires simply spending on a consistent basis. It is not time consuming, but the benefit for spending that small amount of time is about $100 a week extra cash in your pocket.
So Ron, I can't thank you enough for spending some time with me. You know, the book, when I got my hands on it 6 years ago, it changed my life. The information you share with me continues to evolve and change my life. And I just want to really tell you thank you for spending this afternoon with me, talking and sharing more with me. Just closing thoughts for the person who's not in a home-based business yet. What should be the final statement that I say to them to get them to see in home-based business what I see?
Throw a $20 bill out your window every morning until it dawns on you that you're wasting money in taxes. We are literally overpaying our taxes. I believe in paying every penny I owe in taxes, but not a penny more. And people without a home-based business are overpaying their taxes by thousands of dollars a year. They can begin slashing their taxes at the legal minimum the minute they get into a home-based business. So what I would say to them is contact the person that gave you access to this audio and ask them, how can I get started today? Because I'm tired of throwing away $20 bills every day.
So Ron, I've been down to the San Diego Harbor. I visited you on your yacht. I've known you for a while now. It's obvious that you don't need to do this for money anymore. What's the driving force that gets you out to still get this message out to folks?
Personally, Byron, I believe it's my obligation to be a good steward of God's money. And I think that if people are overpaying their taxes accidentally, that is, they're overpaying their taxes because they don't know that they don't have to, they know there's another way, and I haven't told them, I'm not doing my job. So I want to simply inform people what's possible so that they can begin saving the money that they're overpaying in taxes.
What a pleasant surprise.
This morning's full of surprises, Mr. Best.
This is a surprise.
Silence. We heard wealth builders were on the warpath.
We were eager to join forces.
If it is gold you seek,
You're welcome to join us.
but you bring only this handful of networkers?
You see, I was wrong to expect Sparta's commitment to at least match our own. Doesn't it? You.
Yeah,
What is your profession?
I sell silver.
And you, Arcadian. What is your profession?
Crypto, sir.
You?
Credit repair, sir.
What is your profession? See, old friend.
I brought more networkers than you did.
Showtime. Guess who's back again?
Yes, we are back again. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Mighty Monday Power Call.
Good morning.
Hey there, Dr. David. How are you doing this morning?
It's kind of cold out here today. The weather's getting chilly, so I got my parka on here.
I hear you. I hear you. Fireplace on already. How about that? Well, welcome everybody, and I just want to say good morning. We just appreciate you guys, and I tell you, I hope you enjoyed that power call. Can't wait to talk about that. Just so many little nuggets and timeliness of especially where we are today. But anyway, for those that are brand new joining us this morning, or this afternoon, wherever you are, we want to say welcome to you. My name is Dr. Rhonda Hollins. That's my husband, Dr. David there. Full-time retired industry professionals. And, you know, the one thing that has probably one of the things that even brought us together was financial literacy. And we're advocates of that because there's so much, everything that we do is tied to money. Wouldn't you agree with that?
That's all.
For the most part.
Yeah,
our livelihood, the things that we do for other people, is all tied to that. This Wealth Builders family, we're all here because we're business owners and we're looking for ways that we can reach out and touch and help and be a blessing to other people. So that's what we do. They call us those two doctors, and we're just having fun. We're based out of Houston, Texas, but have a worldwide business already, and just very excited to be here with you. So we're going to be sharing a little bit of information, but before we do that, we want to know who is here with us this morning. Okay, we know that our Wealth Builders family, a lot of them were here. We had a powerful weekend this past weekend, but there's somebody that's probably here for the first time as well. We want to know who you are. So all that you have to do is type in the chat your name, where you're from, and we're going to start calling these names out and welcome you to our platform.
Fred
So
Gabster,
Rosa Hamilton.
Rosa Hinton,
White,
Tim Hall,
Royal,
Ray Muhammad.
Eunice Shaw,
Revolution is necessary.
Alvin
Harris,
PTA, Brother
building.
Gunman,
Beverly,
New Jersey,
Beverly from
Yeah.
Virginia,
Mike Johnson in the house.
Dibs in the
In the
house.
bed.
Amy Scott,
Eileen from Houston,
Rasheed Wong,
Was in the house.
Carolyn
Ross,
Smith,
Alabama,
In the house.
Danny James,
Chris
Ronnie
Brown.
D.
Ronald
in the
Newton,
building.
Sylvia
Jessica Rebecca
The
Toombs,
Bones in the house.
Brother Eric Ray Muhammad is ready for revolution.
The Bones at the
Straight out of Compton.
Uncle Red in the house. April Johnson out of New Jersey.
Rather be from
All right.
Charlene Kelly,
in the house.
Loretta,
Ronald
Brown
Newton in the building.
Raul Campbell,
Those
Eric Brown in the building. Let's go.
Team Street Ministry. We see you there, brother. How are you doing? All right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I tell you what, we're so excited to be here and just appreciate you joining us this morning. And we got lots in store for you. First, we're going to start with our mission, because again, if you're here for the first time, it is so important for you to know what Wealth Builders is all about and what we do. And we're honored this morning to have one of our
Bojang in the house.
Oh, cool. One of our senior leaders, Miss Monisha Delco, delivering our.
Here is our Wealth Builders worldwide mission: to provide individuals worldwide with the tools required to enhance their lives, achieve their dreams, and build massive wealth. We are salespeople. We are a sales team. We do not sell products, goods, or services. We sell people on the infinite possibilities of their lives and the power of their dreams. We sell people on never giving up. We believe this is a noble cause.
All righty. Thank you very much, Miss Monisha, for that. And again, that is our mission. And we are just, thrilled to be here as Wealth Builders. And again, want to welcome you to our platform. So let's talk a little bit about that pre-call. Yeah, I know you were reading the description, but most importantly, listening to what Dr. Ron Mueller had to say. And for those of you that don't know him, he is an expert in that industry of home-based business taxes, and breaking down taxes to the point where I'd say the average Joe or Jeanette can understand it. And that's what we love so much about him. So one of the things I just want to share with you why this was a good time for us to do this, because we're already at the end of the year. We are also launching our businesses. There's a lot of new people even getting started in business for the very first time. And we have roughly, starting tomorrow, we'll have 30 days, right? 1 month full of completing or taking care of any business expenses for 2020. So this is the perfect time to do that. And we're going to just kind of recap a little bit on some of those takeaways. So Dr. Hollins, you want to get us started here with why and what Dr. Mueller was talking about.
Wow. I'll tell you, you just picked my favorite topic. How did you do that this morning? This is the time of year, it's the season for learning about taxes, because we're at the end of the year, and there's so much. Dr. Mueller and I actually partnered together in business to bring this to you. And I'll tell you, I've been following Dr. Mueller for I don't know how many years. We're actually war buddies, actually Vietnam buddies together. And actually, in his latest book here, well, I'm gonna run a special on this book too, by the way, if anybody wanted for this Cyber Monday. And I wrote a little insert in here. It says I have been saving over $20,000 a year in taxes myself. Well, better yet, probably about $30,000 in tax deductible income, just using what's in the book. So if anybody want to get that little book, feel free to reach out to me. I'm gonna run a special myself on that, just to help you guys out. But Dr. Rodney, I'll tell you, the tax laws have been around forever. And most people, they don't understand it. They don't know about them. And I talk with a lot of people, and even about the business we're in, here's what they say. Well, I don't want to get involved in no business. I just want to invest some money. All right, well, first of all, what they're telling me is they're happy to pay Uncle Sam thousands and thousands of dollars every year in taxes. And they're okay with that, even though they're overpaying. So this is a big deal to me. That was a couple of points I want to clarify. That was an old recording. But I want to tell you this, a couple of corrections he made. He said the mileage. Dr. Rhonda, now you know about how we deal with mileage, right? Do you understand? It's now 58 cents per mile, even though we're trapped in the house. But you know what? 1,000 miles out there equal to about $500 and some in tax return back to you. Most people don't even know that. They think they're going to write off the gas or the car repairs. No, no, no. You write off more mileage than you do in repairs. You track both, but then you write off the one that's the highest. Here's another correction. The one about hiring your kids. Now, we're trapped at home in the house right now, and you can hire grandkids as well. Check this out now. It's like over age 6, 7 years of age and older, up to 18, with no record. You can give them, not what did it say, $5,800 before, Dr. Ronnie? That's changed. This is 2020. It's up to $12,000 per child. Tax free to them. Boy, what a great Christmas gift, and tax deductible to you. So there's just so much in that I can talk about. I don't want to take up all the call, but this is not a training. We're going to come back and do something special, Dr. Rhonda. If you got any more questions for me, I'm here. What else you want to talk about?
Yeah. Absolutely. I want people to understand how important this is right now, because you can close out the year actually with a tax deductible expense of your next package that you were purchasing.
You said something. Hold on a second. Wait a minute. You did not say if I purchase a business package, either it's the 149 or 1,000, you're trying to tell me I can write that off? See, what a lot of people got in this business, they say, I invested some money and I lost. No, you're not investing anything. What you're doing is purchasing a business, and it is tax deductible to you as long as you use this as a business. If you don't do it as a home-based business, you cannot write that off. Make sure you hear what I just said. You can't write it off if you don't set up a home-based business. All right, Dr. Ron, I just want to help you out there.
That's exactly right. And this is the other thing for W-2 employees, people that are still working. Don't you think this is a good thing for them to know?
Oh, wow.
They've already paid their taxes for the year.
Oh, they did?
Most people are going out trying to find, well, unfortunately, due to the pandemic, a lot of people have lost jobs. But those that are still working, usually this time of year, they're always looking for extra money.
Oh.
Right? So if they've already paid their taxes, what's Ron suggesting there?
Well, I'm glad you asked that question, because a lot of people are trying to find extra income for those that have a JOB, W-2 wage earner. You're right. They've already paid in the taxes. The last few months, they can go to their employer and adjust their W-4 the right way. Now, when we come back and do a training later, I'm going to talk about how to do it the right way. And they can end up bringing home, Dr. Ronda, right now, an extra $100, depends, up to $600 or more per pay period. So if they got to get $1,000 business package, you're trying to tell me maybe in a couple of weeks I can have $1,200 or $500? Come on. Yes, we can do this, and that's not something about adjusting that W-2, right? And not a W-4, okay? If you're a W-2 wage earner. But I got another surprise for you. Those of you that's actually on Social Insecurity, And yeah, that's what I said. And those of you that's actually getting some kind of pension check and these things, and if you're having taxes deducted out of that, you can also adjust that and fill out something called a W-4P. And you can also bring home more money in those payments as well. All right, Dr. Ronald, what else you got?
All right. I think that's pretty cool. And you know what? I'm just loving the part for those that have kids at home, how huge this can be. Because one of the things he talked about is this is a family business. We always say that. And your kids can learn the difference between employment and also working in the family business right now. So many people are doing that, but they have to make sure that they keep really good records.
Yes.
And set their kids up as their little employees from home.
Yeah,
And
you can't just set them up, Dr. Ron. They got to hire them. They got to set up a contract with the children.
Yes.
This is what people don't understand. If you don't have that written out contract of the job duty, you cannot do this, ladies and gentlemen. So make sure you do it right. That's why I'm gonna offer that discount of Cyber Money to get you that book to show you how to do it right.
Yes. And you know, we've been talking about kind of getting back and doing some things, but for the rest of this month of December, on the Mighty Monday Power Calls, when we're here, we're going to bring some nuggets to you every Monday with regards to this tax thing, because that also will help answer the questions when you have the individuals that say, I don't want a business. All you have to do is share this video information with them. And if they still don't want it, then it's okay. We're not here to be police of who wants to throw $20 away every day, right? Yes. We're in the business of helping people to keep more of their money and to really build wealth. And this is just one of those aspects of it. Keeping more of what you have, sharing with other people. And by the way, talking about keeping wealth, we had a phenomenal weekend. And we learned a lot about leverage. One of the speakers there was Mr. Andrew Eaton. And he was talking about how we all, and I'll just close it up with this, get to leverage the talents of Mr. Joseph Height and Mr. Alex too, because they have skills and talents, right? Just like what we're sharing right now with you, these are skills and talents of individuals like Dr. Ron Mueller, who is sharing with you how you can keep more of your money. We got to take that. Then there's the leverage of other people's money. He talked about that, and the leverage of other people's time. So if we can become super entrepreneurs and take all of these nuggets, bundle it all up together, I guarantee you're going to have some success. So with that, just wanted to say that there are some things, of course, that we have to do with starting the business, and we'll get back to these in the following weeks. But, if you have a job, keep your day job. Mr. Best tells us that all the time, right? Do your research. These are some steps. Make a business plan. Plan your finances. Choose a business structure. Pick a registered name. Who are you? Where, it could be your last name and associates, and choose your accounting system. So we'll be introducing some things that will help you with keeping good records, keeping your accounting, so that you can certainly be very beneficial in what we do here. So any other comments, Dave, before we keep it moving?
I want to say this just to close it out. And I know a lot of people want to go in business, but guys, for purposes of business, all you have to do is register a DBA. That's number one. And definitely keep a separate bank account. Don't commingle your funds. You're going to get in trouble, because they're going to come back and ask you, if they ever audit you, the first thing they're going to ask you for, this is it. Do you have a business plan? And the answer is no. Well, they got you. They know they can trap you if you don't have a business plan. So this is the end of the year. We talk about goal setting. We talk about planning. Let's start planning your business out for next year. We'll talk about how to do that as well. All right, Dr. Brown, back to you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Okay. So, we have talking about senior leadership, and this is the awesome Miss Monisha that gave our mission plan this morning. This couple here, and many of you know him, but I just want to introduce to those that may be on the platform for the first time. This is the Dalco family. That's right, Michael and Monisha. And for having years of experience, like many people, in the industry of corporate America, he was a 15-year mortgage banker, 20 years corporate trainer for her. We can all look back and think about, going to school, getting a good education, and then going to work for somebody. Well, when they found out that they could do something different and literally earn some serious money and set their families free, including the kids, they said, you know what, we've got to do this. So I'm not totally sure we have him on the platform, but I'll just take a look here and invite him in if he is here to say hello. But you got to just understand, this is the type of we have available to us on this platform as mentors, leaders. My goodness, have totally succeeded in time freedom and money freedom. And Mr. Delco, if you're there and available to say hello, please step in.
Well, great day to the Dr. Hollins team. This is not Mr. Delco, but receiving on behalf of the Delcos. No, Mr. Delco is on another corporate call, steadily working toward what we are going forward to regarding the launch. And wow, folks, pay attention. You're at the right place at the right time. Back to you, Dr. Hollins.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Williams. Appreciate that. Had a hunch because we have something very exciting starting tomorrow. So appreciate that. And we know he's working on behalf of all of us. So that is the Dalco family, ladies and gentlemen. And the other family, I tell you what, incredible family, the founders of Wealth Builders Worldwide. The dream chasers themselves have taught people to become big dreamers. We are all so thrilled, honored, and just happy to be a part of this family and what the Best Family is doing for us. So if the Best Family is available, certainly we'd like to welcome you to the platform.
Hey, good morning to those two doctors and Dr. Rhonda, Wealth Builders Worldwide. Miss Valerie Best, are you with us? I'm on the highway, folks. I'm out running around. Hey, Valerie, talk to everybody this morning.
Hey, good morning, Dr. Rhonda Hollins and David Hollins. It's good to hear your voice. And I'm just excited because what we have is, as good as the last 7 years have been, this is even gooder. And I know that's not the best thing, but who cares? I'm excited. Let's just do this thing. I'm excited. Great pre-call. We all ready to go. Tyrone, he up and out doing it, running errands early. I said, oh yeah, we excited. We wake up at we'll go to sleep at 2 and then wake up at 5 and go, okay, this is crazy. Because I can't sleep because I'm just so excited. Okay, maybe I'll take a power nap later, but it doesn't matter. But let me tell you, get everybody involved. Do what we say. Show them. That's all you do. You expose them to that business and leave it to them. Because this is phenomenal what's happening. Back to you, Mr. Best.
Hey, thank you very much. Look, I'm going to be brief today, folks. I don't want to call you guys those two doctors or those two professors, because you guys were teaching this morning. And Dr. Ron Mueller, man, what an incredible message. Guys, this is, Val and I, when we got out of school, we wanted to create a thing called Success Institute. Now, we don't know anything about success, but we knew that we didn't know anything about it because nobody taught us. So we figured we put together an institute, something that would teach people some fundamental things about success. And then, of course, in 1983, we started learning the fundamental things. And the first thing I learned in 1983 was the benefits of a home-based business, because a guy set me down that first year, Dr. Rhonda, and did my tax return, and I got over $7,000. I said, whoa, wait a minute. I said, is this real? He said, yeah. That was $1983, folks. That information you just heard right there, that was worth the price of admission for being a part of this Wealth Builders family for the rest of your life, if you're listening. Now, I've been screaming from the top of the roof since 1983. You've got to have a home-based business, because if you don't, you're working the first 3 months for Uncle Sam. You're not even working for yourself out of every single year. And then Dr. Mueller going to bring it home. Just wake up everyone and throw $20 out the window. I couldn't believe it. Hey, Dr. Rhonda Hollins, what a great mess. I hope everybody heed that. The second thing, folks, you know what's happening tomorrow. Tomorrow is launch day. Go get your 10 folks. Minimum. That's minimum. Have 10 ready to go, 20 ready to go. As we start getting these links out into the marketplace, we're going to explode this thing. December will be a December to remember. God bless, dream big, Wealth Builders Worldwide. What do we say? Back to you, Dr. Rhonda. Thank you
Thank you.
for just an excellent message this morning and a timely message. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you. And go ahead, David.
I'll say thank Mr. Best. He's always telling me to have that home-based business.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We have to remember that, ladies and gentlemen, because that really does a lot, says a lot, and keeps money in your pocket. And that's why we're here. We're wealth builders on purpose. So thank you so much to the Best family, and we're excited. So now we want to hear a little bit from you guys. We want to hear what you got to say, what's going on out there, and as they say in some of the newscasts, what's going on in your neck of the woods, right? Well, worldwide, we're all over the place. We love what we do, but it's so key that, you know, we hear from our leaders and the excitement of even new people and what they're experiencing as they join this family. So with that, raise your hand. You can press *6 to unmute yourself when we get to you. And we're going to get that started right here. Let me just make sure I can see everybody. Okay. Sorry about that. My screen moved around on me, but I want to make sure that I can see everybody, and we will go from here. All right. Okay. Well, first we're going to start out with Mr. Roderick Joe, and you are live. Welcome to the platform.
Shalom, Dr. Hollins. This is Roderick Joe, and Weapons Worldwide family. This is Roderick Joe calling out of Orange, Texas. Plugged in, letting my voice an amazing call. Let's go get it. Oh.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. All right, welcome. Next we have Miss Debbie Shaw, and we are ready. You are live. Welcome to the platform.
Good morning, Dr. Hollins and all Wealth Builders leaders. This is Debbie Shaw calling from Elderly, Georgia. Oh, that was a wonderful pre-call. I mean, it was just so informative, and I took a lot of notes. But thank you so much. Wealth Builder family, have a great day. Back to you.
Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate that. And yes, that's one of those things. Every time I listen to it, I take some more notes myself, because it's just amazing that we have so much in front of us, and yet so many people are missing those opportunities. But we are here to inform, so let's do that. Next, we have Wendell Osborne. Welcome to the platform. You are live. Okay, I don't see you now. Okay, well, we're going to keep it moving. Miss Sharon Vicks, you are live. Welcome to the platform.
Good morning to the Dr. Hollins. Thank you so much for that pre-call and the information that you guys give us. You just don't know how much you've added to what we did not know about taxes. And we've been doing taxes for years, but thank God for a home-based business. I just wanted to lend my voice to the call and tell you guys we greatly appreciate you. And the marathon training last night was amazing. So thank you to our leaders for keeping us informed and keeping us going forward. We are just too excited about this launch, and we just hope to see everyone at the top. Everyone have a golden day. Back to you.
And thank you so much. You are absolutely right. That marathon, everything that we're getting, this is so powerful, and it should be the rocket fuel that everybody needs to be prepared for tomorrow. So hope you guys are doing that as well. Thank you. Thank you. All right. And it looks like the Gold Man is in the house. You are live, sir.
It's the Gold Man. Gold Man. Yeah, that's me. Hey, what an amazing call. I got one question. I'm sorry if this is long-winded, but we are all wealth builders, right? And wealth builders is a business in a nutshell, right? So couldn't we file Wealth Builders Worldwide because we're already a part of a business that's a home-based business that we work from our home? I'm asking that to the two doctors.
You're asking.
What was the question again?
Ask the question again. I was listening as a comment.
Okay, so we are all Wealth Builders Worldwide, and Wealth Builders Worldwide is technically a business, right? So with us all being Wealth Builders Worldwide, couldn't we file that on our taxes because this is our home-based business as wealth builders?
No, you cannot, because Wealth Builders is an organization, and it's not like an organization. You can file as taxes, but you can file your own DBA. Remember, you're in business for yourself. We're all independent business owners. It's kind of like when we would file with another company. You can't file their name as the company because you're an independent person affiliate working with them. So
Okay.
just file your own DBA and then use that as your business entity.
Hey, I appreciate y'all so much for answering that question. Hey, excuses leaves bruises on your ability to execute. Let's get it. I'm out.
Thank you so much,
Dr. Highland,
for that question. Yes, sir. I see you. Mr.
Hi,
Rodney.
this is Rodney Berger. Can I add a comment to that question? I want to give a real life situation that happened back in the day with Care Bars.
Go ahead.
We were recommending, I was recommending people to go to one-on-one to get their domain name. And people were opening it up as a business account and using the name Care Bars as their business name. And what was happening was somebody that did that, they declined them having an account because people with Care Bars weren't paying their bill. So that gave Care Bars a bad name. Let's don't do that with this, because like they said, don't use the company's name. Use your name in the business line, like if you want, or just create a personal account in situations like that instead of a business account. I just wanted to add that comment, and I do have an announcement. Can I make an announcement real quick? Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. So we have part 2, Intro to Crypto, tomorrow night, Tuesday, and Friday night at 8:00 p.m. right here on GoBlock. And ladies and gentlemen, last week we learned about what cryptocurrency is. This week we're going to learn how to buy Bitcoin and how to move it to GS Trade. All right. So we're excited. Yes, yes. So again, tomorrow, 8:00, and Friday, 8:00, right here on GoVox.info. Back to you. Great call today.
Thank you. And I tell you, R&R, you guys did a phenomenal job. You guys don't want to miss that. And that helps, when you can visually see something. So that is phenomenal. Get your teams there, get yourself there, because it will certainly help you to grow and understand what's going on. Thank you, Mr. Berger, for that. And thank you guys both for doing it. Yes, sir. Okay, next we have Don Smith. You are live. Welcome to the platform. You may have to unmute. Don Smith. Okay. All right. Maybe you can jump back in. All right. Let's see what's going on in Killeen, Texas. Miss Otitiani, you got the floor.
Thank you so much, Dr. Hollins. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, gosh. I was just looking at the contest. For some reason, my name is not there yet. But I'm waiting. We're keeping our eyes on the prize. Baby, sing it. Welcome, worldwide. Thank you. We just wanted to lend our voice to the call and thank you all for all you do.
Thank you. Appreciate you guys. Have a good one. And I know you guys are excited for tomorrow. Way to go. All right. Next we have, last four in the number is 2922. Area code 423. You are live. Welcome to the platform.
Good morning, Ms. Rhonda Hollins and Mr. David Hollins. This is an amazing call. I am absolutely amazed about the leadership that is involved with WBW, Wealth Builders Worldwide. Shout out to the All-Star team. Let's go, team.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you being here, and thank you for jumping on the platform this morning. All right. Okay. Next, we have Miss Demaui, one half of those two sisters. We can't wait to hear you. Welcome, ma'am.
Good morning to those two doctors from those two sisters. I want to thank you, Miss Rhonda, for the cup of cappuccino this morning. It was delicious, and I want everyone to have a golden day. Back to you.
All righty. You are so welcome. Thank you. We appreciate you and just sharing your voice daily on these platforms. Thank you, and let's go get it. All right. Okay. Next, we have the famous Samuel Jackson. Welcome to the platform, sir. You are live.
Good morning to the two doctors, and good morning to all the wealth builders. I just wanted to chime in to congratulate everyone on their success. Give a shout out to the greatest leadership in the world, and to say, free people, enjoy this. Au. Back to you.
Thank you, sir. And next we have Mr. Peter Mark. I'm not going to mess up that last name, but welcome to the platform.
Good morning to those two doctors. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir. And pronounce your last name for me.
Wadarsik.
All righty, Wadarsik. Gotcha.
Peter Mark Wadarsik, calling out of Staten Island, New York. Those two doctors, I mean, this is a great call, great information. I had the pleasure of meeting Dr. Ron Mueller back in early 2002, 2003 at another event. And his information that you shared with us today is the same information back then that leads the way. And being laid off back in that time and just following his footsteps and everything that you guys, thank you so much for bringing that information to this call. Thank you very much. Au, I'm out.
Thank you, sir. And you're so welcome. Thank you for joining us. All righty. Okay, next we have Mr. Eric Toure Muhammad. Yes, sir. Leading the pack. You're welcome to the platform, sir.
Ready for Revolution, Dr. Rhonda and Dr. David Hollins, how are we doing?
Fired up.
And amen and I mean and all that. Boy, we're so crunk on this piece, I can't tell you. Crunk is Atlanta vernacular, y'all. So we crunk up in here. So listen, thank you for such a tremendous call. You can't go wrong, Dr. Mueller. He was the first one that introduced the opportunity, the idea to me via Dr. Hollins about reverse income. That thing blew my mind, you know, in terms of where we are. And so take advantage of this time and season, because this is the time to get it started. Pay attention to these trainings. I look forward to everything that the Hollins have to share, because it only means a greater future for ourselves. And lastly, I'm doing the last launch presentation that I have with our team. I'm doing it at 4 o'clock today on Zoom. You can find that information on my page, my Facebook pages, and I'll share it out in different platforms. But we're so excited, and please bring all your teams, because when they're fired up with you and you have your link to give them tomorrow, you will have started the process of free thinking people. Like Samuel says, free people. Thank you, family.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir, for sharing that. And I tell you what, we are, you know, people may not understand it. If they don't understand it, just get in the mix. That's called getting close to the fire, right? Because we got a lot of fire here. That is for sure. All right. Let's see. I think we can take a couple more here. Wendell Osborne. Let's see if we can try you again. I think we missed you before. You're live.
There we go. I got the button this time. Can you hear me all right, Dr. Rollins?
Yes, sir. Welcome.
Good morning. Minister of Fun here, guys. Real quick, just a little housekeeping. When you guys are using these platforms, Cash Apps, and all the other ones, they really don't like when you take money to put on there and then immediately send it to another platform. Please be careful with that. A lot of people losing their accounts because of that. Let it sit for a little while. I know things are exciting, but if you can avoid doing that, and those that have been getting away with it, believe me, people's accounts are being caught later on. They don't like when you do that. So just want to give that public service announcement. Make sure you guys are ready to go. I'm losing over here. Fellow millionaires team, I appreciate everything you guys do and all the leaderships and the wealth builders. Au, au, au.
Thank you, sir. Absolutely. I tell you, that's some good information. Anything that we can share with others and help protect their money, we're all on board for that. Thank you so much, sir. All right, Miss Rashida Wan, we got you. You are live. Welcome.
Good morning, Doctors Hollins. How are you doing this morning?
Awesome. Phenomenal. How about you?
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. You got it.
I'm doing outstanding. I want to thank you for bringing us such wonderful information with Dr. Ron Mueller and putting such a nice, calm, and soothing voice on something that can be very stressful and very anxiety making for a lot of people. Thank you. Thank you to all wealth builders. Good morning and have a nice day.
All right. Thank you, dear. Thank you so much. And just appreciate your sharing and coming to the platform. And, you know, sometimes we got to do those things. We got to de-stress. We get excited and got anxiety sometimes people have going on, but just understand this is all part of the journey. And as you're learning, just enjoy the journey. That's what we are supposed to do. Enjoy what we do. Be a blessing to others. And then all those things that you don't understand, God just has a way of opening it up to you and revealing it to you as you're able to accept it. So appreciate you. Thank you so much for being on the platform. All right. And let's see, we can take one more here. Area code 757 ending in 1709. You are live. Might have to unmute.
Good morning. Greetings, everybody.
Good morning.
Those two doctors, thank you for this call. My name is Tony Scott. I wanted to lend my voice to the call. Shout out to my newly sponsored to be, Brother Eric Teray Muhammad, for doing an awesome job and keeping me plugged in and getting the information out. Shout out to all leaderships, every good input and positive. Shout out to my neighbors over in Newport News, Mr. Ty and Valerie Best. I'm thankful that I just been able to stick along with this opportunity and get the information from Mr. Mueller, which we had it before when we was with Carrot Bars, and it just came back again. And I just had a quick question as far as, is a DBA, if a DBA is set up, do you need to not have a LLC, or if you do a DBA is just as good as a LLC?
Let me answer that, Ron, and take real quick, guys, because I just want to make sure you understand, when you start a business, a home-based business, I highly recommend starting off as a DBA only. There is a reason why. There's so many people go out and set up an LLC or C Corp, an L Corp, and they're not even in the business, and they pay all that money and expenses to do so. Now, you can do it online, different places, but an LLC and a DBA is two different things, okay? One is doing business as a sole proprietor. LLC, you can be a sole proprietor, but you can also be a company. It's supposed to stop the tax people from coming after you personally, but I recommend do one at a time, move up as you need to, and you don't really need to do a LLC to do our business. And that's even with our new company. I would highly recommend you do it as a personal account first, and then learn more about it before you move into that area. So, Rhonda, let me just add this one other thing before I go. I know that's the last one. That was 6 points that Dr. Mueller talked about that we all need to be kind of thinking about. Number one, travel is one, all right? Make sure you understand the travel route. And that's even cruise ship travel if you know how to do it, okay? Number two is auto expenses. And number three is your kids. Understand your kids, grandkids working in your home. Number four is use of your home and how to calculate that properly. It's got to be done the right way, and it's not necessarily a room. Number five is talking about entertainment. There's a different entertainment. I know we don't do it in our home anymore because of the COVID virus, but there's a big deduction from that versus taking somebody out for a meal. And number six is healthcare. I think that's the biggest one, guys. If you can hire your spouse and then take that spouse, employ them, and turn around and pay them for everything, put yourself on the same policy, and all your health care is tax deductible, including over-the-counter stuff and vitamins. Back to you, Dr. Ron. I'm done.
Ooh, you said a mouthful there. We definitely got to break that one back down. That's for sure. But hopefully that helps. And I know also some people that are registering their businesses, that might be what you're thinking about as well, sir, is that when you register your business with these international companies, they do have a requirement of an LLC. So it just depends on what you're doing. But the DBA, if you want to add to that, David, is fine for just here. But if it's a requirement of an international company and you're setting it up, you have to go.
That's correct, but you don't really need to do that. So with what we're doing now, you don't have to do that. I recommend you work one account at a time.
There you go. Get your one main account up and running and making business. There you go. and then we can move from there. So thank you so much for joining us, and just want to say hello to, not hello, I'm sorry, but those that may not have been able to get in today, certainly come back tomorrow. We have a full week of power calls, lots of incredible information, and just want to give a hand clap. Thank you guys for participating today, okay? So just remember, we've got a lot of stuff going on. This was just the start of Monday. We have a presentation at 12 noon Eastern here in roughly less than 15 minutes. So get anybody that you need to get on this platform. And certainly we're just expounding on what we do as wealth builders, why people need to be and consider even what we do, and our incredible assets that we have. And plugging in, because you have everybody here on this platform. Take a picture of this. This is everybody that has your best interest at heart and wants to do everything they can to make sure information is available to you. And that is really 7 days a week. So you don't have to worry about sponsoring somebody and trying to figure out how to teach them about this business. You've got a family here to do that. So make sure that you plug in. We have another presentation this evening. Matter of fact, 2 of them. If you are not part of our Telegrams group, you have to do that. The incredible Tanisha Gillespie will make sure that all the postings are there so you won't miss anything. And tonight, if you want to hear a little bit more, I'm telling you about what we're getting ready to launch tomorrow. You've got to be there tonight, okay? Presentation and all the extras from our senior leadership. So with that, we'll have some closing comments. Mr. Best, if you're available. Or Miss Valerie, before we leave the platform.
Yep, I'm right here, headed down the highway. Miss Valerie, you there?
I'm here. Okay, I'm always there. Great power call for great information. Thank you very much. Back to you, Mr. Best.
Hey, thank you. Look, we have inspiration, but I would tell you this is one of the most informative power calls we probably had all year, folks. I hope you took notes. I hope you're prepared to put that in your arsenal when you're out talking to folks who don't understand the number one benefit of having a home-based business. In my mind, the income potential is great, but the tax benefit alone justifies that one decision. Yes, I own a home-based business. Thank you, Dr. Rhonda Hollins, Dr. David Hollins, for the just excellent message this morning. Thank you very much. Everybody dream big, dream bigger. And as I say it every night, I want to keep putting this in your mind. If your goal isn't to make $1 million in 2021, you're thinking too small.
Too small.
Wealth Builders Worldwide, what do we say?
Oh, thank you. Did y'all write that down? $1 million, 2021. Got it? Repeat it, write it down, repeat it, write it down, and stick it on your bathroom mirror.
On your plan for 2021.
That's right. Thank you to the Best family. We appreciate you guys. Thank you everyone for attending. We will be back here in roughly 10 minutes or so to kick off our presentation for this noon. And have an incredible day. Do everything you can to make sure that your list is prepared, right? Your list is ready to go. So we'll see you shortly.